guitar in Carton.
I'm Brendan, and I play the bass guitar.
I'm Ryan, and I play the guitar and I sing.
And I'm Bruce, and I play drums.
So what Doth Life is like a bunch of bands that are based out of Windsor. The members are kind of interchangeable between all these bands. I don't know, like about 3 or 4 of us playing.
Yeah,
multiple bands.
Multiple
incestual.
bands. Yeah.
It's a really cool but tight-knit community up there.
Yeah, most of us have been playing together for, 20 years now?
Pretty much.
15, 20 years.
And so 4 of those bands are here with WOL and here at Guilford to do some recording. And so we're Carton, and then there's also Faux in Love. And
Bruce plays drums in Faux in Love.
Yeah. Then we'll also have the Pilgrims.
Brendan plays bass in the Pilgrims, and Kyle plays guitar in the Pilgrims.
And then we have Derek and the Demons.
Kyle plays guitar and Derek and the
That's
Demons.
wrong.
He plays bass.
He plays bass, sorry.
Derek and the
He plays bass in Derek and the Demons.
Do you have to be from Windsor?
Yeah. There's a blood test. No, not at all. You know, Bruce lives in Brattleboro. Like Faith and Ida live in like Chester, or parts unknown. So
People in the
Where's
Pilgrims.
Rio?
Rio's in Chester too.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool because we can, from up in Windsor, we can hit the Upper Valley and then head up all the way down 91 to the Pioneer Valley. In Massachusetts, every so often we do that. And so it's a nice stretch of highway.
We started in 2010, and we had, at first it was to have a practice space and have kind of a website that we put our stuff out on, and kind of thought, if there's a lot of people doing this, that maybe we can all run off of each other's efforts and help motivate each other.
I like my favorite slogan is "A brand with nothing to sell."
We used to all have these bands that we'd put out a few albums, and we'd break up, and then we'd reform a different band, but with kind of the same members.
Yeah.
And after a few years of that, we figured we'd just have at least one common thread that would run through the whole thing, so we'd always, not have to start from scratch every time.
Yeah.
The website is a great wealth of releases over quite a long period of time.
I think there's, 50 or 60
Yeah, we're up to...
between.
There's some EPs and full lengths and stuff.
And there's a lot of comps too.
Yeah.
And it's like all original music, a wide variety of kind of,
Yeah, there's not a cohesive sound necessarily. And sure, it's a lot of friends and people we've grown up with, but through it you can kind of meet new people, and it's kind of a continuation of when you're a kid and there's a scene you can be involved in, but as you get older that gets harder. So I think having the little brand, it's always it's recognizable, or it's under that umbrella, and it's nice to be recognized as part of something bigger sometimes. So
it's a resource for other musicians to get their stuff out, especially when we do the comps. We'll reach out to bands that we just kind of like that are not necessarily, local to Windsor, but
some kind of connection with us.
Friends
friends who are from Boston or Burlington. They're somewhat connected, and usually it's we dig their stuff. So
and we upload most stuff for free on Bandcamp. It's always free because that's very important to me, at least.
Yeah.
We for the money personally.
Yeah. We have a physical release. We have a vinyl record from the last one, but that's not convenient for everybody. But I think it's really cool that we have it. But
and that's kind of anything we put out is, we like to share it, but it's really about us making something and having a creative outlet. Yeah,
being in bands is harder and harder to do.
Especially for the stuff that we're doing, which is original music that doesn't fit into many places.
Loud and
Yeah.
So any community that supports that is just, I think it impresses us whenever anybody.
I think we expect very little out of things in terms of success, and people who enjoy things. So when you meet them, it's always like, or like one compliment at a show, or one anything, or one like the fact there might be somebody at a show. It's like the biggest deal.
That gets
which is because like it's
we need them at every show, but there's just
And Vermont's a funny place because it's so like we're Windsor-based, and then like Wool is Bellows Falls, and Pack is Bellows Falls, and this is Guilford.
Brattleboro.
The name suggests, and there's just like all these pockets in Vermont that like, even with the internet, it's like people are still disconnected.
I don't know what kids do anymore. Like, do kids go to shows? Do kids?
Video games.
Yeah, like, is there a scene? Like, I don't hear about much where we live with the younger generation, unfortunately.
And when we grew up around the Upper Valley, Kyle, Ryan, and there used to be, like, we all started playing together when we were like 16, 17, something like that. And there used to be quite a few like little, punk rock shows on the weekends.
Yeah.
And there was like stuff you could go to locally, and I don't think there's much of that left anymore. It's tougher and tougher. There's just not there's not a lot of venues. We play bars, and and it's.
So we do it because we love it. To answer your question, that's couldn't be the only. It could be the only answer. Yeah, it's really fun. And to create something, to start from silence and then create something that didn't exist before that you like and feel proud of is pretty amazing.
So it's a different world, and like performing live is not always a need to do it anymore. I think we even we played some shows in Boston and stuff that were like attended by other bands.
Yeah.
It's very very minimal crowds and.
I blame the internet. We have not given many interviews, but I feel like in every interview we've done, we've been like, it's so hard to be a band.
Once we start thinking about it, we're like,
get off my lawn.
Why are we doing this?
Why do we have to be so negative?
You know what? It's over. Carton's done.
We haven't. Yeah, it's funny though because we never even like have thought twice about like.
Why we do it?
Yeah, why we do it?
Just don't think about it.
Yeah.
No,
it's been so.
Just keep showing up, man.
Yeah, I think I've been practicing in a band for like what 16 years, almost once a week. Some kind of band. It's like
gets in your blood.
Yeah, you get really antsy and itchy if you're not. Once you're doing it, like
I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, I'm missing out on something.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's funny because I don't feel like anyone really comes to our shows, but we seem to get all the critical accolades of all
We're
the
the
bands.
kind of band that like other musicians like, and like
Right.
weird music
A band's
nerd friend
band.
likes. A band's band, I guess. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Not a girlfriend's band.
We have a little prior experience working with Dave and Matt, and they're just so super to work with, and this place is just so amazing.
It's heaven on earth.
Yeah,
So we were just so happy to be
Come on down now.
able to come
Incredibly
back
fun.
and be invited to come back and work with these guys. Just get out.
The facility is very, very beautiful.
And it's more beautiful in person than it looks on the website, believe it or not.
A lot of great equipment.
Amazing equipment and
Amazing
like you
people.
said, Dave and Matt are just like amazing and fun to work with.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, and
They're laid back.
they're laid back, and they're also like helpful in telling you to try it again.
Yeah, this is cool though, man. This is a fun place, a fun thing.
Look forward to new Carton release in 2017.
Look forward to the whatever release that comes from this.
Right
Because
on.
all four bands will hopefully be
Look forward to
piling
that
some
release.
songs together or putting 4 releases out.
Yeah, Faux in Love.
Yeah, so new material.
Live from Guilford
Doth
Sound
Life.
coming spring
Yeah.
On what Doth Life Records.
2045.
Yeah, so look out for it.
It's gonna be the Pilgrims, Derek and the Demons, Faux in Love, and Carton. Those are the 4.